Welcome everybody to the last race of the weekend for round 1. We are here for the Rookie Cup, the first Rookie Cup ever of FRL. So we are gonna begin qualifying shortly. So I'm gonna introduce who's with me in the commentary booth today is Carson and Dustin.
Hello.
So now the servers have been resetted, so we're gonna start qualifying shortly. So of course, pretty much everyone in this division is new names. Of course, Rookie Cup means newcomers for the league, or they were the bottom half of the drivers of Division 3 last season. So they are the only ones that we know. Seems quite a good attendance. We have 21 drivers in the server. So we're going to see some interesting race. Of course, the format is the same as the other divisions. So it's going to be 10 minutes of qualifying as we have just started and 25 laps of racing. Of course, dynamic weather, but it looks like it's going to be dry also for this session. And for strategy, you're going to see probably a one-stop once again.
No clue what to expect from this qualifying because most of these drivers are unknown to how fast they are. My own driver, Nice Death Rage, I think he can be quite up in the field, or some other person might take pole. I have no clue. We will see what happens in this qualifying.
Yeah, indeed. As Leo has just joined the server, I think he was the higher of the rookie reserves in other divisions. He took P7 in the Asian race, so pretty nice effort by him. He is driving for Envision in Rookie Cup, as his teammate is Nice Death Rage, also pretty good pre-quali for him. So the Envision team seems to be quite well placed, and it's going to be interesting to see what they can do. As the first one on track is Choppy, followed by his teammate Landed. Also, they're friends, so they know each other. So this is also an interesting team to follow. Of course, he's Tukanoko Total Racing team, and now Choppy is going to begin. Is now going to begin his lap by going to the main straight. Lots of traffic I see in Sector 3. Let's see if the drivers can space each other, if you're going to see some traffic problems. So someone is trying to take some space, but is kind of too late on the straight. Looks like it's Tia. Yeah, they're all very close.
First laps are starting. Sir Oswald E mostly has started with a green.
Yeah, we are waiting people to cross Sector 1. Of course, the first one is going to be Choppy as he goes purple, of course, as now the purple goes to Nice Death Rage. Let's see if someone can beat that Sector 1 time for these first attempts.
Like he's the
Still some drivers to cross. Yeah, looks like he's going to stay there.
To be improving on that sector.
Ooh, the mistake by Landed, as he's just ahead of Sir Oswald. I think that's how it's said. So Landed, I think he needs to abort this time. As Nice Death Rage is going to have lots of traffic now into Sector 3. Let's see if he can deal with this traffic or if he's going to do a mistake. He's wide, but he keeps going. Yeah, lots of traffic for him.
Purple now in Sector 2, no one improves on it, looks like.
Yeah.
A
last corner pretty clean.
Now it's all the way to the line.
First time's on the board is going to be Choppy. Let's see what he can do. And he goes provisional pole position with a 37.8. Let's look at the cars behind. And 35.5. Very nice time. Let's see the others crossing the line. Magnificent goes P7. Uzer goes P9 now as Estemba goes P6. Very nice time for him as Flowme 2 goes last in P12. See, Collab is gonna be the next one to cross the line. With Remo goes P2, actually I didn't see him. Very nice time for him as Collab goes P6. Let's look at Leo is Now finishing his lap is in the third sector. Now approaching the last two corners. Let's see how he's gonna take them. Pretty nicely. Ooh, he resets. So he was not happy with that time, as Lodos for Latin Racing Team goes Peter 14. So now everyone resetted and is ready to do a second attempt. So someone has stayed on track on old tires, but I don't see anyone improving yet, so I don't think that's a brave choice.
Nice def rate, really on a huge gap compared to the professional number 2 right now. 7/10.
Yeah. Indeed. Yeah, no one is improving of the guys that have old tires, as Leo is disconnected from this qualifying, so it looks like he's having a bit of issues with this internet. Let's see if he can manage to set a valid lap time in this quali. As also Tia has aborted his first attempt, so he's now doing his first time lap for screen in the first sector. Let's see how he can do this nail pretty wide in the second part, but he keeps it on track. As Kolev actually goes purple with the old tires and he goes P4, so that's a nice time for him. I think he can surely challenge for P2 with the new tires. As Tia goes wide again, but he keeps it on track, so still clean. That's the main point, is to keep it clean, of course, towards the race pace. As he goes wide again, but keeps it on track. See onto the last sector now. Still pretty clean lines from him. And now the last two corners for Tia. Ooh, very tight line into the first one, but he keeps it on track. Pretty interesting line from him. I don't think that's very, I would say, fast, but still interesting to see, as he now goes to the 9. Let's see where Tia can go on this lap. Goes P5, really nice time for him. Also, Papu in the last sector. Now, speaking of Papu, we have nice stat range again. Papu in the first sector. So we see what he can do here. He's just behind Uzer now. So again, traffic for him as he goes red in the second sector. Still behind Uzer, a bit of traffic there. As Choppy goes P11. Who goes wide. Let's see if he can keep it on track for the last corner. He goes wide. That is gonna cost him a bit of time, but let's see if he can improve from that 35.5. As Liuki Cooler goes P2. Nice time for him with a 35.9, and now that stretch goes to the line and doesn't improve his lap time.
Yeah.
So the
Godscrew improving to P8 as well.
P8 is improving. The first sector, never mind, is an out lap, so that sector goes nowhere. So Oswald and Remo are both red in the first sector, as I think Remo resetted too. Yeah. So no one really improving for now.
Everyone wanting to line up their last laps.
He was actually on a lap right now after disconnecting twice. So let's see what he can do. Is only one chance actually. So let's see what he can do with this one-shot quali for him. Still very clean lines. Let's see if he can keep it on track there. Yes, he did. So still pretty nice onto the last sector. Slightly wide, but he keeps the speed going. That's what it matters. Now last two corners. Wide entry to have good exit. Seems he has done it. So now he is going flat out to the line. We will find out where is he gonna place in a couple of seconds time. It now goes to the grid and to the line. And Leo goes P3. So he's gonna keep going on the old tires. Let's see if he can improve from that 36.2. So just a minute now left in this quali. So there are a lot of people on the out laps. I'm not sure if everyone can get the laps in. As I see a pink car now onto the last two corners. I think Thunder God is going to be the last one to have a chance of a lap here. Maybe also Mac is very tight, but I think he can do it.
Might be able to make that lap.
Yeah.
He will be
And
really close.
yeah, he's going to be close also for Nice Death Rage. He's now going through the final corner, so I think he can do it too. And the next car behind him is, I think, Sir Oswald. Yes. So I think they're going to get a lap in. Then there are the two Squadra cars of Estemba and Tia, also very close to each other, but I think they also can cross the line to start the last attempt. 7, 6, 5 seconds. Actually, Estemba was on a lap and he goes P8. So they now cross the line and checker flag. So the qualifying is officially over as Leo is improving on the old tires. So very good job from him. Let's see if he can improve one position, maybe even snatch away pole position from his teammate as Remo goes P3.
Choppy goes P8.
Let's see Leon now to the line. Does improve, but not enough to improve his position as Soro is not improving the first sector. Let's see, Uzi also is improving both first and second sector. Now going to the final corner. You're gonna see where he can go.
I think he might get a top 10 maybe.
Yeah, and Tia despawns from C7, so that is qualifying over for him. So Uzi now to the line, goes P5!
That's
with
pretty
the purple
good.
last sector. Very nice.
Not a bad lap from him.
Yeah.
Now Mac as well improving.
Soro was improving the second
17.
sector.
And down to the finish line. Goes P7.
Nice, nice.
Pretty nice time for him as
Oswald.
well. And
now going to the line, can he maybe challenge Uziel for P5?
Will he go to...
No.
No, he doesn't improve. Well, that's
okay. We're gonna have a quick a quick stream reset. So if the stream, okay, now the stream is away. And we should be back now. Hopefully. So now we are ready to go racing here in Flevo. Last time for this season. It's like we are pretty split on the tire choice. Lots of mediums, lots of hards.
Yeah.
And we got 2 seconds left. 1 second, and now the countdown is down, and we are ready to go racing here. 3, 4, 5 lights. And it's arriving. We're ready to go racing in Flevo, and we are on the way. That's a nice start from everybody. So someone slow from the line. I think that was landed.
Standing still. Lord Mewtwo was still for a few seconds.
Yeah, it was
there.
Panda. I think he's out already. As Lodos also is stuck in turn 1. So it's gonna be now well behind the pack. But now, with the battle for the lead is between Next at the Ridge, Liquid Cooler and Remo. Remo tries a dive bomb. Can he keep the car going? Yes, but he's gonna lose a bit of speed on the exit. Leo also is very close behind. There is a bit of a gap from P5 as Mac takes P5. And Tia also with Sir Oswald and Collab. Different lines into the snail section here.
Going really, really wide there on the snail section.
And Mac gets P5 on the R tires.
Yes. Estemba now with a purple sector 1 and P11. He's on a medium tire, so he wants to get to the front as quick as possible.
Yeah, very close racing here as we have now an Envision 1-2 with Leo and Death Rage who are battling on track.
Leopard
with those R tires.
Purple sector 2. Will anyone improve that? It doesn't look like it.
Last 2 corners now. Both clean for all drivers.
Choppy corner cuts there, and loses 1 position.
Yeah. Let's see the gaps. There is already a 1 second gap between 4th and 5th. I'm gonna see if they close it down.
Who is standing still on track? Is that Panda? No.
I think there is. Yeah, there is a glitched car. That will not matter for the race.
Looks like the top group is already trying to pull away now on a 1.2 second gap to Collab in P5.
There seems to be a significant pace difference here between the top 4 and everyone else.
Yeah.
But still, very close battle for P5, so that is also going to be interesting.
Now leading the group on the hard tires, and Liquid Cooler and Remu behind him on the mediums, and nice def rates also on the hard tire.
Yeah.
Leopard setting a fastest sector 1. No one improved on that. Can we see something happening in the back?
Yeah, Collab is slightly pulling away from Sir Oswald and is actually gaining on the leading group. So let's see if Collab can make these 2 groups merge. And maybe have a
and
nice
Leopard
battle.
are really fighting for the lead here.
Yeah.
Both also switching purple sectors. Now nice def rates, purple sector 2.
Yeah, Collab is well into the slipstream now, 7/10 behind Liquid Cooler. And also Sir Oswald is 1 second behind Collab with a mistake on the last corner. So let's see now, everyone is going to have the slipstream on this very, very long train. As the fastest lap is going to go to nice def rate with a 35.9.
Very clean lap from him. Remo might have corner cut on the inside of turn 2, and Liquid Cooler ran really wide on the exit of turn 2. Now Collab is right on the back of them. With the medium tire as well. Oh no, he's on the hard section. Goes really wide. Remo on the inside line and Liquid Cooler on the outside. Remo has the better exit out of this nil section. Can they stay in slipstream range of both efficient cars?
Yeah, still a very close battle as now Sir Oswald is out of the slipstream of Collab. As is also under attack of Tia. So let's see if Tia can get this P6 and maybe trying to catch up to Collab now. Sir Oswald is wide, so that is gonna give Tia a chance, and he does take it. So it goes up to P6 and 1.7 seconds behind Collab. So let's see if he can gain some time now.
Still on a gap of 1.3 seconds. Remu still in the slipstream range. 1.4 now. So he's now 1.5. So he just got out of it. His nice def rate improves his fastest lap by a tenth, and it's now at 135.895.
Mack with the slipstream is very close to Tia and Sir Oswald now. It's also Stemba is catching up to them. So a very close battle for P6. And now Collab is attacking Liquid Cooler for P4.
I think Collab could get a really high finish because he's making really good use of these hard tires. And he's keeping on with Remu and Liquid, who are both on the medium tires.
Indeed, it's gonna be a good move for him if he can manage to pass them and also keep them behind later in the race. As Tia has gone past Sir Oswald, so now he's gonna be leading the chasing group, which goes from Tia to Stemba. And after Stemba we have Landed and Choppy battling for 10th. And also Thundergod, AP8 and Uzer, all very close, and then we have Lodos and Lodme2 pretty much closing the grid. As Rimu is still in the slipstream of Leo, but Rimu does a massive corner cut there. Huge mistake from him. But also, I think Leo also did a mistake, so the group is staying in the slipstream of each other there. Let's see, Liquid Cooler now goes past Rimu, and he goes into the last podium position with a 1.3 seconds gap to Leopard there. So it's gonna certainly have the slipstream now. As Tia also is pulling away from Sir Oswald and is caught up to Collab. Tia is absolutely flying right now.
Yeah, pretty quick here, but in the front, looks like the efficient cars have pulled away now that Liquid Cooler has overtaken Remo. Remo was kind of holding him up. It looks like there's a 1.8 second gap, and he has to try to get that closed. He is on the medium tires, so there's a big chance he can do that if the Envisions don't pull away too quickly. He with an improving on his own first sector now, 1.7 seconds.
Yeah,
Good
Tia
line
is
for
on
zero
mediums,
section.
so if mediums are pretty much at half of their life for this race, and he is quicker than the other medium runners, so still good pace from Tia, and he's now in the slipstream of Collab. So let's see what he can do from this position. Also, he's gonna now have the dirty air. As now Liquid Cooler is 2 seconds behind Leo. As Nice Letter does a mistake, and he's gonna be now passed for the lead by Leo. Leo again corner cuts that corner 2 laps in a row. I think he's trying to push very hard there and trying to not go wide, but he keeps cutting the inside instead. So let's see if Remo and Liquid Cooler can use these mistakes to catch up, but looks like they are not doing so right now. Tia has lost a bit of time now, is 2 seconds behind Collab. And now Magnificent and Sir Oswald are back in his slipstream. So we're gonna see them later in the race.
Also a fight for P6 still. Oswald, yeah. Mac and Tia. Although Tia has a slight gap and an advantage to Mac and Sir Oswald, as Tia is on the medium tire.
Yeah. Liquid Cooler now is 1.9 from Leo. So he's still there, not losing much, but he's not gaining either. Now Remo trying to pull a move on this next section with a different line. And very nice move by Remo there. It takes the position. But Liquid Cooler looks like he has a better run compared to Remo off the corner. But they're still there, very close to each other. Now onto turn 12. Pretty clean by both of them. They're side by side. Let's see who's going to be ahead of this battle now into turn 13. Remo takes an inside line. Let's see if it's going to work out, but it's going to go wide, but he keeps the speed going. So nice move by Remo in keeping the car there. Now let's see, Remo goes wider than Liquid Cooler. Also, Collab is gaining a lot of time with the slipstream now. So he's now joining this battle for the P3 position. But they're losing time from the leading group. So nice battle, but not very efficient for their race. Estios has lost a lot of time in this lap. He's now 3.6 behind Remo and is under attack of Mac and Sir Oswald 4P6. See if he can keep the position for now. He goes wide. And he's now gonna be passed by Mac.
Back on P10, they are still trying to get back to Estemba on P9, who is also hoping to make some places up as he did start on the medium tire. But the group is kind of falling apart here, as Hoosier Trey corner cuts again and now back up down to P12.
Collab takes the position on Remo. So it's up to P3 now. So he has passed 2 cars in pretty much half a lap, so nice effort by him. Let's see if he can keep the speed going. It goes on hard compared to the mediums of Remo and Liquid Cooler. So let's see, Remo tries once again the switchback on the inside, but it actually works now. So Remo has that corner pretty much figured out. But he goes wide again in this one. Let's see if he can keep the car on track. Yes, he does. So they're still side by side. Onto the last 2 corners. Remo goes wide. He's gonna lose steering, and then now he's gonna be under attack of Liquid Cooler. As now Tia has gone straight into the wall. So that's a massive mistake by Tia. He's gonna be now out of the slipstream of Sir Oswald, and is now also be under attack of Estemba now.
Yeah, not that great of a race, really. For the start was good, but then she started dropping off, even though he was on the medium tires.
Yeah, he's struggling a lot with the wear now. I think he will need to pit pretty soon. As Leo is trying to pass Nice Rage for the lead of the race. Now on to the next section. Leo tries to go to the inside to do less distance compared to Nice Rage, but he's trying to put a switchback on the second part now. Very nice sets it by him. Let's see if he can pull the pass for the lead side by side. Here they go into turn 12. And looks like Nice Rage is going to be ahead of Leo once again. As the battle for P3 is still raging on. 3 wide into turn 13. Never seen that before. But they made it now alive there. As both Remo and Liquid Cooler are hanging on nicely on those old mediums. But they're going to be thinking of pitting pretty soon. As we're going to begin lap 9 this time around. With the battle for the lead still side by side. Racing gear. Nice that you're going to take an outside line. Leo goes slightly wide, but he keeps the car going. So he's going to still be battling for the lead as he goes into the lead, actually. As there was a mistake by Esteem, but he has lost around 2 seconds. So, and he goes wide again. So I think it's also on the medium tire, so he's going to be also thinking of pitting shortly. As Tia is trying to gain back some time after that mistake. He's now 2.5 seconds behind Mac. Leo goes wide off the near section, so he's going to be losing a bit of time from that Nice Death Rage. Now half a second behind, and goes to up to 6 tenths onto turn 12. Still very close between the two drivers. As Collab is trying to clear both Liquid Cooler and Remo, but they're still hanging on. Let's see if some of them will pit on this time around.
Yeah, the medium runners are predicted to last 8 to 10 laps, so lap 9 is a good place and time to go into the pits. Also, some people might try to undercut, and some people might try to extend their run as long as possible on this medium tire. The first set of medium runners don't pit yet. Liquid Cooler and Remu still going straight. And we have our first pitter. It's Estamba. He pits in lap 9.
And now there was a mistake by Collab now, yes. Under attack of Liquid Cooler and Remo. So it's gonna be interesting to see if Liquid Cooler and Remo can pull a nice gap on Collab when they pit for fresh arts. And it's also gonna be interesting to see if that gap is gonna be enough for them to clear Collab until the end of the race, because they look to have a better pace than Collab right now, but of course starting with the old tires. So it's gonna be an interesting thing to follow. As Leo goes for the first time, I think, outside of the 1 second barrier from Nice Death Rage. Either a mistake or if he's struggling now with the wear. It goes to 1.3 now. So let's see what he can do. As I think Tia did another mistake because he has lost 2 seconds from Sir Oswald.
Not much going on in the front at the moment.
Yeah.
It's kind of quiet. Keeps kind of changing the same 2 places and stays the same for a long time. Will they pit this lap is the question. Tia boxes.
He's into the
Okay.
pits
Landon
1 lap
Grace stays
after
out.
his teammate.
Then I don't know if how long the medium runners are expecting their tires to last, but
Very slow pit by Tia there.
they're staying out quite long at this point.
Let's see if Esteban can take the position on his teammate. I think he won't. Tia now rejoins the track. Esteban more momentum compared to Tia, but he's gonna be behind by around 2 to 3
Cooler
seconds.
going really wide in the snail sector here. Trying to catch
Yeah.
Collab as their tires are almost at the end of their stint. And pitting would be the best for them. Although Collab is also struggling on his hard tires already.
Yeah, I would say that the stint is pretty much over. I have no idea why they're still on track. It's lap 11 out of 25. Unless they want to try something like a medium to softs, but
I don't think
that
we'll
would
see any
be
of those.
very risky to do.
It would
I
be
guess they
risky,
will need
but
to pit on this lap for arts.
as of course the Flevo pit straight is really long, and it takes a long time to
Let's
box.
see, are they gonna pit on this lap? No.
No,
Liquid
Remo
Cooler
does.
stays out as Remo goes in.
I don't know if this is Liquid Cooler's strategy. Maybe he wants to go to no way. He has to go to the hard basically, unless he's gonna go to medium or to the soft later on.
See now Remo pits for the arts. I think he has done this pit already, yes. As also went into the pits. I think he has the glitch of the tires because I see softs on his onboard, but he's to mediums.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's in the last pit, so that's a glitch for that pit, yeah. And it can be well behind Tia, maybe also behind Estemba, yes. As now Remo rejoins in 11th, just ahead of Lodos. And now he's gonna push hard to try to do the undercut on Liquid Cooler Shore and of course Collab, who is gonna be on the mediums later in the race.
If Liquid doesn't pit this lap, he might lose an awful lot of time and positions after he comes out of the pit lane. I'm not quite sure what his strategy is. If he's gonna try to do a 2-stop or if he's gonna go to the hard.
Yeah, it's too late for a 2-stop. He stays out. Yeah, I think he's doing the medium softs because I don't see any more touching. Unless he doesn't know that he needs to change compounds and design a medium. But I hope not.
That would be quite sad, and he would be disqualified.
Yeah. Oh, Tia went into the wall.
Again?
Yeah, straight on into the wall, and now Estemba is going past Tia. So that was a 5-second loss for him. Very unfortunate.
Not the first time that happened.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't know that you have to brake at turn 14 as longer your tires wear.
His tires are actually fresh. I think he's racing on mobile, so he has the same controls issues as everyone else. So yeah, very unfortunate for him. He's now gonna need to battle for this position, as he was pretty much well clear of his teammate.
Goes really wide in the exit of turn 2. Not pretty a good race.
Yeah, he's irritated, I would say, at this point. And pretty much understandable, I would say. But yeah, he has the pace to get a position. We'll see if he can do that, as Liquid Cooler is now losing so much time on Collab. So his tires are now starting to die. Finally, I would say, after 13 laps.
Yeah. I don't know if he wants to stay out or if he's gonna go to mediums again. That would be quite a shame if he does.
Yeah. As Leo is still hanging on to nice death rage, because there is a battle for the win. If even if
Cooler pits.
Oh, finally. Is he going to softs?
I don't think so. Softs only last.
It would be really funny.
He would probably be throwing his race if he did. But maybe he thinks he can
Hopefully
make
not
them last that
mediums.
long. Let's see.
Oh, that was very lucky from him to
Hards.
do his pit there. Yeah.
I don't know why he thought the bidding for hards so late.
No idea.
He will do more laps on the mediums than the hards. That's not the strategy you want to go with.
Yeah, that's a F222 moment.
Now 4 seconds behind Remo. He has a lot fresher tires, but it won't pay off from my perspective. I don't think he can get back to the position he once was.
Yeah, indeed. So we have only 5 people that have pitted. The pit window for the hard runners is now open. So we're gonna see if someone is gonna try to do an early pit here. For now, it looks like no one is doing so. Right now, Remo is 3 seconds ahead of Golab virtually after the pits. But it's gonna need more of that gap if he wants to. Leo goes into the pits, undercuts his teammate. That is risky strategy from Leo. Let's see if it's gonna work out now.
On lap 14, that's
yes,
quite
the second
early.
pit was for him.
That
Quite a
might
slow
not
stop,
pay
very
off
slow
really for him.
stop for the
Where will he get in front of Remo is the question.
I think he's gonna be there with Choppy and Uzer. Let's see now.
I think
Choppy.
he can get in front of even Choppy.
He's gonna be crucial to be clear of traffic. He's gonna be behind Choppy. Let's see if he's gonna be ahead of Remo at least. Yes.
He will be ahead.
So Leo
Now he
needs
only
to
has to
clear
pass
this traffic
Choppy.
as quick as he can.
Yeah.
See, 24.5 is the gap out of the pit lane. With a very slow stop, I will say that he is currently 1.5 seconds behind Nice Death Rage.
So
he needs to be 23 seconds behind here.
Mac and
He's going
Sir
past
Oswald
Choppy.
will pit before he will pass them most likely. So that
And Leo goes past
give him
Choppy.
no traffic. He's now 24 seconds behind Nice Death Rage. So he will be behind him after Nice Death Rage pits.
23.4 seconds. Leo is absolutely flying right now. I think Nice Death Rage needs to beat his lap to respond to his teammate. Unless he wants to do a risky strategy and maybe try to have 2 laps of fresher tires compared to Leo later. But at the current state of things, Leo is absolutely flying and gaining tenths on tenths at every corner to his teammate. As he next strategies into the pits. As Leo goes to 23 seconds flat, his gap now goes to 22.9. Leo is gaining a ton of time right now. As he's now going around the final corner. As Colaboso is into the pit lane for his stop. As Leo goes up to 22.4 seconds, is the gap now coming to the line. Nice that it does his pit, and now it's gonna be going to towards the pit exit. And Leo is coming with the momentum, and Leo is ahead of his teammate.
And he passes him. One lap older tires, he is now
nice undercut there.
in front.
Very nice undercut by Leo there. He has gained around 2 seconds. So very good call for him, but now he's gonna have all the tires then. Nice that is going very wide.
Really wide.
Massive mistake for him.
Also,
I think he has lost 1 second and he's out to the slipstream.
What we haven't noticed is Liquid Cooler is pulling away from Remo. He has passed Remo relatively quickly. I didn't expect he would get past him that quickly.
Yeah. Leo is probably in the first sector. It's absolutely pushing these limits right now as Nice Sector is up to 2 seconds compared to Leo right now. But Sir Oswald is still yet to pit, and maybe it's gonna do some traffic to Leo shortly as the gap is 2.2 seconds and coming down. I see Leo still pushing as much as he can as he goes slightly wide. The gap is 1.3 seconds to Sir Oswald, so now he's in traffic. Can he keep it clean and go past him as soon as he can? Let's see now towards the last 2 corners, still behind him. Now Nice Sector, I think he's gonna get the position now, but Nice Sector has gained a bit with this as Sir Oswald goes into the pit lane.
He will
Let's see.
probably
Is
come
Leo
out
gonna get the
behind.
point of fastest lap?
He will.
Yes, 35.7.
135.791.
Yeah.
Well, now nice deathage might get slipstream on the straight. He's closing up to 1.4 seconds, so he might retake his fastest lap.
As Tia, even with the massive mistake, is actually 3 seconds ahead of Mac. So still has a nice pace. But of course now Mac has the medium tires compared to the Tia's arts. So we're gonna see what he can do to maybe get once again that P6 spot. As Sir Oswald is now behind Estemba and landed in a group with Mac. So we have a 4-way battle here all in the slipstream. And also nice that Rage is trying to get back his fastest lap as he goes green in the first sector and it's into the slipstream of his teammate. So let's see if he can get back his point.
Now
And it's
8
like,
tenths between the
yeah,
both of them.
Purple in the second
too.
sector. It's surely going quickly right now.
14 and 15, entering 16, 17. Two really technical corners here. Does them very nicely.
Yeah, let's see if it's gonna be enough for fastest lap. His
No,
gap to the line was I think 1.3. So if he
slipstream.
stays under that, I think he can get it. Let's see now to the 9. He does get it. 35.5.
Really nice lap time from him.
Yeah. Pretty much the same as his qualifying lap. But he is still behind his teammate for the win. So he has 7 laps to go by if he wants to win this race. As he does a slight corner cut in turn 3. But looks like he didn't lose any time. As Mac has caught up to Tia. So he's flying with these medium tires. So we have a
stayed
battle.
out pretty long, Mac. So Tia goes really wide on the exit of turn 4 there. So
Yeah.
it's not
Is
benefiting
it gonna
him
compromise
much,
him?
Tia.
Wide again. As the battle for the podium is still raging between Liquid Cooler and Rimu. And Korab is trying to gain back some time. Of course, he's on the mediums compared to their arts, but he's gonna need to gain 4 seconds. So I was not really sure if he can get that position. As Mark has gone past Tia for P6. And Sir Oswald also is now behind Tia, so he's gonna also try to get the position on him. Very late pit for Sir Oswald. But he's now have fresher tires compared to everyone else. So let's see if he can get some more positions here. He goes wide off the final corner, so that is going to compromise a bit of that speed for him. As Night Ice Rage is on Leo now, he has caught up 1 second on the last lap. As Leo corner cuts. And now Death Rage goes past.
Nice Death Rage now back into the lead. They have an 8-second gap to P3. Really a dominating performance.
As now Lord Mewtwo is getting lapped by his teammate. And Landit goes past Stemba for P9 too. And Sir Oswald is now all over the back of Tia, trying to take the position on him onto this next section. Wide line for Sir Oswald. Let's see if he can pull the switch back on the second half. And yeah, good exit thanks to the fresh mediums, but gains just some time as Leo now trying to go past his teammate and he does so onto the second to last corner. So Leo is back into the lead of the race, but he goes wide. So Nice Strategy is going to have a nice slipstream onto the main straight as Leo tries to pull a very interesting move into the pit lane.
I don't know what he tried to do there, because no one is gonna pit this late into the race.
Yeah. And now Nice Strategy gets the position. So gets back into the lead of the race, but this battle is still not over. As Leo goes slightly wide, but it's gonna be still very close. 3/10 into turn 4. See, Leo slightly wide there. So Nice Ridge has a chance of pulling away right now, but Leo is gonna have the slipstream. Right now, as he's only 6/10 behind, but he goes wide behind. See different lines into the next section. Leo goes for a late entry and a very tight second part. And looks like he's gained some time, but not enough to pull a move yet. Now into turn 12. Leo goes wide again. So he's keeping the gap. Mulio's wide, very wide there. I think
Yeah.
he keeps the car going for now, of course.
Remu and Liquid Cooler are still fighting for that last podium spot, both side by side into turn 16.
Estia is hanging on to that P7 with the old arts, as Mac does a mistake ahead. So great job by Tia there. We're gonna see if he can do it for 5 more laps. As Leo is all over his teammate right now for the lead. Still very close battles. As onto the chicane, Leo slightly wide on the first left corner, now onto the right corner. Side by side takes a good exit from Leo. See now that Sage is gonna have the slipstream onto this next section. Wider line by Nice Ridge all over the turn, while Leo did a tight to wide exit. Nice Ridge gets an amazing run off the corner, and he's gonna get the position pretty easily. As he now goes into turn 12, and Leo corner cuts a bit. Or he just lifted to avoid one. So now we go into the last sector. Leo goes wide again. This is costing me some time. As meanwhile, Collab has caught up to Rimu 4P4. So we'll see if he can pull a move. As also Tia is trying to pass Mac once again. So very nice effort by Tia there on those old R tires to keep up with Mac on the fresher mediums. As Liquid Cooler does a mistake, so now Rimu is gonna be all over him also. So we have lots of battles here on track with 4 laps to go. Oh, Tiaz goes very wide. So I think he's gonna be losing time now, and Soros, but it's maybe gonna have a chance of passing him onto the main straight.
Nice def rage, back at it again, now fighting for the front position. Leopard with the white setup here in turn 6.
Yeah.
Down to the snail section.
Leo goes once again to the inside of the start of the section.
Nice def rage.
See.
The outside line.
Oh, Leo
corner
cuts.
cuts. And Collab
See how much time
getting
he lost.
into the slipstream of Remu here. He might catch back up for the P3 fight
9-10.
here. That would be massive for him, as this is his race debut. And Remu isn't slightly experienced driver here in FRL.
Yeah, lots of battles all over track right now. It's also Diaz has been passed by Sir Oswald now, but they're still very close in that group, so we're gonna see if Tia can pull a move on either Mac or Sir Oswald in these last few laps. It's Remo, corner cuts, turn 14, so now Collab is gonna be attacking him into the last 2 corners, and Collab goes past Remo.
Now trying to hunt down Liquid Cooler for that P3 position.
And now Leo is attacking his teammate for the lead of the race. Goes to a tighter line into turn 2 and turn 3. See, Leo is there side by side. turn 4 and 5 onto the chicane. Leo is slightly ahead. Let's see if he's gonna have the better exit of the chicane now. Leo goes wide also. Nice that he goes very wide behind. Leo tries to get a wider entry. Well, nice that Rich gets average line there. And Leo goes into the lead, I would say, now onto the hairpin. Nice that Rich breaks later. He's gonna try to switch back on the last part of this next section. But it goes slightly wide, so that's gonna compromise that's it. But still with the slipstream, they are very close onto turn 12 now. They're still keeping P1 with a very nice line, as nice test range. Brit a little later, so he had to take an alternative line to not corner cut there. As T has gone past Sir Walsall for P7 and is now all over Mac, but the battle for the lead is still raging between these two drivers of Vision Racing. As Tia goes past also Tia, so it's up to P6. As also Remo goes past Collab for P4. Lots of battles on track right now. As nice that race tries to take the lead from the inside line onto the last two corners. As Sir Oswald has crashed, they say, from the shot, so very unfortunate for him. He's now behind Choppy, Lamborghini, and landed. So massive mistake for Sir Oswald. Sir Oswald, it's actually lost like 10 seconds. But now onto the line, it's going to be 2 laps to go here in Flevo. And the battle for the lead is going to be between Leo and Nice That Rage. The battle for P4 between Rimu and Collab. And the battle for P6 between Tia and Mac. Also pretty important is the battle for the last point position between Thunder and Uzer. And now Leo goes wide. I see Nice That Rage can use the speed to take the position as Leo takes a wider entry. Is he going to switch back on the last part of the corner? No. Nice That Rage takes the lead. Now onto this next section, very late braking by Leo. He goes slightly wide as Nice That Rage tries to pull a switch back onto the second part. But he's wide, so that is not going to work out for now. He's now going to have the slipstream. As Sir Oswald, I think he crashed again. And it's going to be now lapped by Force Leo and Nice That Rage. So Leo now has a 4/10 gap from that rage with 4 sectors left in this race. As Tia is still battling with Mac, and pretty much all the battles that I said before are still raging. But we're gonna stay with the lead battle. As Leo is still ahead, but now Nice Test Rage is gonna have the blue flag. Sorry, not the blue flag. The blue flag is for Sir Oswald. Nice Test Rage is gonna have the slipstream onto the main straight as white flag waving on the line. 1 lap left in Rookie Cup for the first race ever of this FRL Cup. Now coming into turn 1, side by side between the Vision drivers.
Collab and Remu really on a 1/10 gap, both wanting that P4 position for their team. And Mac also
Nice that is ahead of Leo for the win, as Leo went wide into the chicane, but now he's gonna try to get the slipstream to take back that lead that he took firstly with an amazing undercut on his teammate. But now it's gonna be decided in these last 15 corners. Leo goes slightly wide, so he's gonna compromise his second exit of the snail. So Nice That Rage gets a nice gap now of 9/10 of a second. Still very close as Choppy goes past Esteem, but Tia has cleared Mac. So Tia has done a very nice job of holding on from Mac and Sir Oswald on the mediums, thanks to it. Sorry, he was on Ars, so and Mac and Sir Oswald were on the mediums. So
doesn't look
very
like
nice job
can
for him.
cover here. Yes, yeah. He's on almost a second gap now to Nice Death Rage.
Yeah.
There's only a few corners left to go before the Leopard goes
wide again.
That might spell the end.
If he keeps it clean, it's race over, and looks like it's gonna be
1 second.
1 second.
That's too big. He can't close that anymore, and it's now down to the finish line. As Nice Death Rage wins his first race in the Rookie Cup here in Flevo.
Nice Death wins in Flevo as Leo gets P2. That's a 1-2 for Envision. As Remo is still on the gun from Collab. They're gonna be side by side to the line. Remo is so wide, he loses a ton of time. Now going to the line, side by side, it's gonna be Collab.
Collab! Oh, on the line overtake.
What a massive choke by Remo there. I have no idea what he
Yes.
was doing. And now Tia goes into the wall.
Oh no.
And here comes Mac. No, Mac it went also
Mac
into
is
the
too
wall.
far.
So Tia gets P6 on the R tires. Very nice job from him. As Mac gets P7.
Mac
Landit gets
P7.
P8.
A solid result from both drivers.
Choppy
there.
gets P9. Estimba will get P10. Thunder will get P11. Uther P12 at the last point. And Lotus, Sir Oswald, and Lord Mewtwo are gonna be closing the race. Lord Mewtwo is now slowly making his way to the line to finish this race in P15 and last.
That concludes the race.
So, Kassen, who's your driver of the day?
I think it was either Nice Death Rage or Liquid Cooler. Liquid Cooler had a really good comeback after that late pit stop on the medium tires.
I must say my driver of the day is Tia. He did an amazing job on those R tires, but also Night Death Rage and Leo both did an amazing race. So those are my three drivers that for me did the best job. But everyone, thanks for tuning in for this round one, as the rain now is coming down in Flevo as we close this stream. So thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks time for round 2 at Lukov. Goodbye.